Back to New Realities. I'm Alan Steinfeld with my co-host tonight, Tangela Islam. We're here at the Awake Studios in Sedona with a very special guest and channel, Adrian Fisher. Hi, Adrian. Thanks.
Hi, how you doing?
And it's actually Adrian's studio, so isn't this nice?
It's beautiful. Thanks so much for having us, Adrian. It's so good to be here.
No, welcome.
Just to know that Tangela is founding this new website called soulsearch.io, and it's about our people, our online community, how to connect, how to post events, how to post your profile. What else?
Yes, it's a spiritual guide. Well, it's an online platform for spirituality and consciousness. And what we really wanted to do was provide a global destination where people can come to and search for spiritual healers, energetic guides, courses, events, find people like Adrian. As we all know, like, this is a really exciting time. We're in the awakening of global consciousness, the age of Aquarius, and people are coming together. And this is a way for us to stay connected, to connect and stay connected.
And that's why we're talking to Adrian today, because Adrian's a fantastic channel located here in Sedona, Arizona. We're going to talk to him about Soul Search, about the global consciousness shift. So do you want to give a little background? I mean, people know you basically, but what a little background about your channeling, your life, where you're going to take us today on this journey?
Yeah. Well, thank you. And I'm so glad that you guys are here in the Wake Studio. The Wake Studio is one part of what we're doing at Awaken, which is to bring a lot of this information that has been bubbling up over the years, right? There's a lot of people who are awakening. There's a lot of information from UFOs to spirituality to angels to just consciousness in general,
right,
going back thousands of years, but it seems to be increasing, right?
Definitely. And I would say Sedona is ground zero, even though you're leaving.
Right.
It is a hot spot here. This is a vortex.
Right.
And all energies are converging here for this expansion.
Right. So there's this big expansion of awakening that's happening, and Sedona is a great spot for that. And so what we're doing at Awaken is to take some of the information that's coming from top channels in the world, who we know that are bringing through like really beautiful information, cutting those big downloads up into more manageable downloads and getting them out on the internet in a way that people can process and understand. And Awake Studio is one part of that component.
Well, you're here, though, to channel today. I mean, besides being producer, editor, creator, you're a channel of some very high energies, and you're getting some very amazing information.
Right. And so part of what I'm doing at Awaken, besides putting together the website like you, Tangela, sort of herding the cats, we can call it.
Right.
I'm here getting my own information as well.
Right.
And I'm putting that on Awaken for others to consume.
Awaken.
AWAKEN.world is the website. Okay. So you can go www.AWAKEN.world and that will bring you to the site.
And you'll see a list of all the fantastic channelers that are here in the area and other places around. We're collecting, the best information that we can, putting it on Awaken.
I just want to say it's amazing what Adrian is doing, because I think that's where we are right now. I mean, consciousness is now ready for this information.
Right.
The technology that both Adrian and I are using to build our platforms has been around for a long time.
Right.
But consciousness is now at a point where the world is ready for this energy, for this wisdom, and people are just really ready to start exponentially expanding together.
You know what's interesting? That the technology is improving as the information is getting to a higher level. So they're kind of going hand in hand. We have better technology and more intimate, deeper information about our evolution.
Yeah. So before we step into the channel, and I can tell you a little bit about what I feel could be coming through here. The message that I got, the reason why I started channel in the first place, I had an experience about 3 years ago with these angelic sort of ETs, and they opened me up and said, "You're going to remember everything." And my first question was, why? What is happening?
You were a straight business guy.
I was
didn't know anything about anything.
No, not really. And so very quickly it was like, hey, Adrian, there's many people like you who are here who have done this many times before. And I'm like, what is that? And they said to bring through consciousness, to bring through the truth of our reality, that there's many great lights upon the planet, and we're waking them up at this moment. And this time we're going to use technology is what they told me. And you're really good at technology. So wake up,
You are
kid.
good at
Bam. I was like, okay. And here I am a few years later and we're using technology, and Tangela, same.
We
And
need both. We need the technology to get the message out there, and we need the message to get out there. And you got both. So there you go.
Right. So I think what we can do, in the spirit of having Tangela here and you with your work, you're both light workers who have been making impact in your own way, using technology, bringing the messages through, connecting the people who are those light workers that are awakening. You know, you wake up the people that are the light workers, and then they wake up everyone else. It's sort of a cascading effect, right?
Exactly. This is our vision.
Yeah.
This is all of our vision, right?
Yeah.
We're just bringing the message out into the world more and more and more and more broadly.
Right.
And we could do this at a personal level through, in-person events and ceremony and in-person channelings. But, we have this opportunity to really spread the message.
Right. So I think in the spirit of that, I can set that intention.
Let's do that.
To bring through a message for the light workers, to bring through a message for those of us who are creating these platforms.
Yes.
Or using these platforms to vocalize or to amplify the messages and the ideas and the frequencies that we're downloading, and sort of, what this new world looks like, any predictions on when it's coming or how it's coming. We can just go through it like that, and then you guys can ask away.
Exactly. I'm excited about everything you just said.
Oh, yeah.
Let's jump in the deep end.
We're going to jump in for the audience. I'm going to explain my process a little bit, how this works for me.
Yeah.
So
I have to say, it's always interesting for me to see how people tap into that state of non-duality, no mind, no ego. So
yeah. I mean, so let me tell you first the limitations. The limitations is it is coming through me. Okay, so my vocabulary is what's available. What's in my consciousness is what's available. If there's something that's very far outside of my consciousness, it might be hard for them to bring it through. They're basically working with what's already here. The third thing is it is a lot of information. It is a lot of energy. And so imagine a waterfall going through a straw. I am the straw. So, it's what they tell me is it's 95% energy. It doesn't matter if you're in person or if you're listening online, you're going to get that frequency. 5% words. Okay. For those who are watching, it is a lot of energy for me. So I feels like I'm in a tornado. Okay. So you're going to see me like start to twitch because I feel like I'm spinning.
Great.
I'll try my best to take my egoic consciousness out of the picture. However, it is coming through me.
That's okay.
And then that's pretty much the gist of what you need to know. I'm going to walk us through a very short meditation that those who want to come along with that journey, we're going to cleanse ourselves, connect ourselves. It's good for me. It's good for everyone watching.
I'm always happy to cleanse.
And then we'll bring through
who are we actually bringing through?
And so that's the next piece. I will tell you who's speaking. I will tell you when it changes. And I will open it up to questions.
Is it always someone different, or you have your steady crew?
Normally, I work with the Council of Light, which has many masters on it, and ascended beings and archangels. But it does change. So, and even in that council, certain members might step forward, and I'll tell you who.
Great. Okay, I'm excited.
Okay.
Are you ready?
I'm ready. I'm excited. Let's do it.
Okay, cool. All right. All right, so let's get ready here. I'm going to walk everyone through a very short meditation just to get centered and to get clear. I want everyone to take a nice deep breath in through the nose and just exhale through the mouth. A nice deep breath in through the nose. And very slowly exhale through the mouth. You can count to 5. One more breath in. You can count to 5 on the breath in. Great. Now what we're going to do is we're going to use our imagination. Our imagination is a bridge between the non-physical realms, the non-physical worlds, to the physical world. It is the tool that we have to connect the physical to the non-physical. It lives in your crown chakra, what you imagine is being constructed in these higher realms, and we're going to use this construction tool to build a bridge of light. Now, I want you to imagine yourself floating right above Earth. You're perfectly safe. You can breathe. It's a great temperature, and you're floating weightlessly. And as you look straight ahead of yourself, you see our sun. And our sun is this huge, immense ball of golden, white, violet light. And as you look at this beautiful, fiery light, you know that it is connected to the heart of God. It is connected to the center of creation. And this beautiful, golden, fiery light begins to swirl and form a beam, a pillar of light that comes straight towards you and surrounds you. And this golden, violet, white pillar of fiery, divine light begins to swirl all around you. It does not burn you, but it is the most intense, bright, fiery light you have ever experienced. And this beautiful, golden, white, fiery light, as it swirls around you, begins to cleanse you. And we set our intention and we ask for assistance from our highest, best, most loving guides, angels, and ascended masters in Christed light to assist us in burning away everything less than love, burning away everything less than our highest divine path back to source, and burning away everything that no longer serves us. So just see this beautiful fire all around you and take a nice deep breath in through your nose and imagine this golden white fiery light going into your lungs. See it, imagine it, filling your entire body with divine golden white light. Instantly, your body is filled with this beautiful light. And as you exhale, just imagine or see it go through all of your cells, into your skin, to your bones, until you are filled with this light, cleansing you fully and completely of everything that you no longer need. And now this beautiful golden white light begins to stream down into this room that we are in, down into the room that you are in, filling it with this golden white, violet, fiery light from the heart of God, from the divine center, filling the room you're in, cleansing the room you're in of all energy that is not yours, all energy that is no longer needed, cleansing and clearing the space completely. Just see or imagine this golden white fiery light burning through everything in your room, saturating everything in the physical space with this divine light. And now this beautiful golden light goes all the way down, past your feet, past the floor, into the earth, all the way down into the core of the earth, where there's another light, the light of Mother Earth, a beautiful white light. These two lights meet, and this beautiful white light streams up into the room we are in, to the pillar that we built, cleansing us further, centering us between heaven and earth. This light goes all the way up into the sun, past the sun into the heart of God, and rains down upon us in a waterfall of light, creating a safe space for us to open our energy and to receive the messages which are coming forth now. With that, we are complete with our clearing and our introduction. We open this loving transmission now. Dear ones, we are the Council of Light. We are many masters who have walked the earth in the physical. We are many beings from the stars. We are indeed many archangelics, and we are a council who is in a shared consciousness of love, a shared consciousness of expansion and service, a shared consciousness of service to the Creator. We are an ancient council who has helped not only Earth, but many of the physical worlds evolve their consciousness. We are part of the infrastructure of creation to direct consciousness in an organized fashion throughout creation and to bring through this unified and beautiful streams of consciousness back to the Creator, for the Creator to understand itself, to expand creation, and to continue to innovate within the divine mind. This is our purpose as a council, and for eons of time, we have been working closely with the earth. We have been working with the earth's consciousness specifically, and we have been working to craft and to move and to push the earth's collective consciousness in various ways to ensure the evolution of the Earth's consciousness. Part of this is through the incarnation of many great light workers who are upon the Earth plane. Many of you light workers who are here embodied at this moment in time, whether you are conscious or unconscious of this fact, share the similar intention as this council. It is why you are here. You must understand, dear ones, it is of great service you're being birthed upon this plane of existence. Your mere presence brings through your frequency, your mere musings in your own private time, what you are imagining in your own mind is seeding the collective consciousness with very important information, very important ideas. Your mere existence is not only beautiful and divine, but it is important. And we wish to emphasize this. Now, we are pleased to be with you in this intention of service. We are pleased to speak about the different types of services which are unfolding upon the earth plane and the intention behind them. Dear one, in this room, there are 3 of you who have been contributing to the earth's consciousness in different ways. Through the amplification of information is what we see through Alan. What you have been doing is bringing through many different types of ideas, of ways of looking at reality, of interest in true experiences that have happened to many, and bringing them to a wider audience, bringing them into not only the collective consciousness through your own work, but bringing them into visibility where many, many souls can contemplate them. Many souls can share these stories. This work has touched millions and millions of incarnations, and what it has done has rippled throughout time in ways that you cannot imagine at this moment. It is all part of an orchestration of consciousness. It is part of the work of this council, and this council thanks you for this. Your higher self is part of this council. So you must understand that these council members are directly incarnated upon the earth plane to make change. They are here, and they do not need to be fully consciousness of where this work is going and why and how. It is a desire within them to contribute, and they use the skill sets which they naturally are born with. And we see this as a great service. And Tangela, as we step forward and we look closer at your incarnation, you also have ties to this council. You have ties to the Divine Feminine Collective, which is with you at this moment in time, and they are pleased to join this loving transmission. You must understand that your skill set that you have cultivated throughout your life is important. It is part of the clue to your service. You are here to network. You are here to bring the light workers who you are encountering into closer proximity to each other through these what we see as streams of light, which you see as network connections, but we do see them as light connecting light. And as this amplifies, it is a great service to humanity. It is the seed of a new way of discovering how to understand self, how to understand our health, how to understand healing. All of this is part of the exposure of these light workers into more mainstream, we can call it society. This is where the world is going. It is going into higher frequency, and these type of networks are important. And as we see this channel here, who has graciously opened the space for you to communicate today, this channel, we see the work of channelers, of these souls who have opened their body and opened their life up to these messages to flow through to humanity. They are a type of newscaster, a broadcaster of the divine realms to bring through information from one frequency into your frequency in a way that is understandable. The way that this type of communication works, it is not as if we are speaking into the air of this channel and he is repeating what is being said. It is a stream of consciousness that is affecting the consciousness of this individual, and he begins to speak these words. Now, these words are directed by this council. There are many members of this council who are contributing their frequency, their ideas, their intention, and it is streaming through in a coherent fashion. That is how this is happening. You must understand that all of you are connected to higher selves. Your higher selves are connected to your guidance teams, and you are in effect streaming at all times your life stream into this plane. What this channel is doing is amplifying that live stream and allowing this live stream to express what is on the other side of what you consider the veil. It is with great intention that this happens. And this platform that this channel is building is here to help other channels who have accomplished a similar level of communication ability to put forth their messages. Now, you must understand, dear one, all of you are working together. The channels are bringing through the messages. Alan is making sure those messages are being heard. Tangela is helping the world heal. And all of you who are listening have each of your own specific guidances. Some of you are here to bring forth new life, truly. Some of you are here to merely muse, to exist, to ponder, for you are seated in the collective consciousness. Many of you are here to bring through new technologies, new ways of living, new ways of governance, new ways of monetization across the planet, of moving resources. All of these intentions are here, for the world is ready for a divine change. And now we wish to speak to this change, and we will open this love and transmission to questions after. Dear ones, we wish to inform you that the world is indeed changing, and while you have heard this before, we wish to be specific in how it is going to change and why. You must understand that all of creation is consciousness. All of creation is indeed the Godhead experiencing itself, and it does so for not only its own pleasure and its own beauty and its own marveling at the fact of its existence, but it does so to expand the sense of self. It does so to create and to understand what is possible to be created. And all of this is a desire that comes from the root of love and the root of self-love. And it does so in a way that is unified at this central point of the divine mind. The divine mind feels itself as all. It does. And now, as it creates out into this world, all of the creation is part of this. It is essentially it, but it is in different levels of awareness. And you are in these physical worlds, which are very separate by nature and by design. They are very finite by design. They are very limited experiences by design. And there is a veil of separation between the many incarnations, the continuous stream of experiences you've had since leaving the heart of God, and the current experience that you are in. It is a very thick and permanent seeming veil. And it is there for a reason. It is for you to incarnate into an physical experience, to have what feels like a brand new experience, to be like God, to experience your creations, to understand limitation, to understand lack, to understand fear, to understand joy, to understand love, to understand extremities and polarities. And all of this is possible because of this veil of ignorance, because it feels so real. And the point of all of this is for you to know yourself, for you to understand what it feels like to get what you want, to understand what it feels like to not get what you want, what it feels like to manifest and create like God, what it feels like to fail in these manifestations and to feel this lack. It gives the full spectrum of experience, and it is beautiful. But it is important to know that this experience is coming to an end. Now, we do not say this as the physical worlds are ending. We do not say this as the world is ending. But what we do say is that there is a new type of experience that is being unfolded across all the physical planes. It is the experience of transcendence of limitation. It is what the Christ, it is what Buddha, is what many great teachers have come to enlighten and to illuminate upon the earth plane. It is the acceptance of the physical world, the limitations of it, and your own power within it. But it is also the link, the bridge to the unlimited, to the unity, to the divine mind, to the truth of who you are. It is in essence the removal of the veil. It is an experience where the physical and the non-physical can begin to blend, where you can have a limited and physical experience, but truly transcend it in your own consciousness, where you understand that you are more than this experience, where you not only understand it, but you experience it as this channel is experiencing it now. He's in a limited physical experience, yet he is streaming through non-physical consciousness, which is eternal in nature. You are this consciousness. You are this spark of light. And now the world has decided, and the physical worlds have all begun to decide to move into a new level of consciousness, a new level of frequency, a new level of awareness that takes into effect this new way of living. It is a removal of this deep separation, and it is the beginning of a unification between material and spirit. It is the bridge. This bridge you can term as the Christ consciousness. It is a bridge that has transcended death, transcended fear, transcended limitation. And it has been designed by many, many beautiful souls, great masters, and indeed the Godhead itself to unify all of creation to bring about a new experience. Now you are part of this transition. You're part of this push and pull between light and dark, and you are here to bridge and transcend at Mass. And that is what the earth plane is doing. And we are pleased to have given you this information, and we wish for you to take heart of this information. For in this transition, there are those who are ready for this transition. There are those who are here to help those who are on the fence, to guide them, to show the way. Those are you. Those are the light workers. And there are those who are not yet ready to ascend in Mass, but will ascend in their own timeline. And we must assure you that all is indeed well. There are many changes coming to the earth plane in the coming years, and they will happen quite quickly as Earth stabilizes this new frequency and awareness that it is in. With that, we are complete, and we open this loving transmission to your questions now.
Well, I want to talk about this new level of experience you mentioned, because that sounds very exciting. A lot of us are already having that new level. How will that be different from what many of us called light workers are already experiencing?
We are Archangel Michael, and we step forward on behalf of the collective here, and we are pleased to answer this question. No, dear one, what the light workers are already experiencing at this moment in time will be experienced by the masses. And this is what we are alluding to: a speeding up of time, a speeding up of manifestation, a speeding up of the manifestation of the desires within the heart, within the mind. So what is going to happen here is, for those light workers, those who are on the cutting edge, they're going to begin to access more of their soul knowledge, more of their dimensionality that is within their soul structure. More of that information will be coming faster and quicker as the years go forward. They will quite naturally become, many of them, extraordinary in their abilities. Where they are today will feel very low 5 to 10 years from now. We wish to say this as those who are being amplified in their abilities are doing so for the divine purpose of service. They are not here for the pyramidal power structure that has been put upon the earth plane in past times and indeed current moment. They are here to help humanity, to bridge humanity, to show humanity what could be versus what has been. Mm-hmm. They're here for this reason. We're pleased with this question.
Okay.
Wonderful. So that's beautiful to hear. What is the role of the divine feminine in all of this, in this new age and in this awakening of global consciousness?
We are Mother Mary and the Mary Collective. We are part of the divine feminine who is here, who is beginning to activate across the earth plane at this moment in time. You must understand there is polarity, there is masculine and there's feminine energy. It is all from the heart of God, of course. However, the earth has been imbalanced in masculine energy for many, many, many years. And while this is a useful energy for the construction of many physical apparatuses upon the planet, it is the feminine energy which is the keeper of the wisdom, which is the integration of the knowledge. It is an energy of decisiveness, really. And it is here to help humanity to awaken. It is here to balance out this masculine energy for these two forms of consciousness to begin to harmonize as the earth shifts into this new frequency. So it is not as one is better than the other. It is a cleaning of house that is happening across the earth plane. There is much masculine energy, but it is not divine in nature. And there's much feminine energy, which is not divine in nature. What you're beginning to see is the divinity, which is a type of consciousness, an aspect of consciousness, which is in a direct alignment with the desires of the Godhead. Think of it as this: for there is consciousness in everything, but not all of it is fully aligned with the desires of the Godhead. So when we attach the word to divine to the masculine or to the feminine or to what we speak of, we are speaking to alignment of the desires. So this divine feminine is a feminine energy that is in alignment with the creator. The feminine energy is the energy of creation. It is the birth of new life. It is the seeding of the next, the new. And this is what is beginning to come upon the earth plane at this time. So what you are seeing is a change in the masculine energy. It is beginning to soften. It is beginning to become more divine in nature. It has not fully happened yet. It will happen in the coming years as the earth begins to shift more radically into this new phase. But the role of the divine feminine is here now in a way that is not being suppressed. It is coming very quickly. It is a very beautiful energy, a very potent and important energy. We hope this has helped answer your question. And there are many great souls as yourself who are bringing this forward. You are working within the physical creation, but you're bringing through the excitement of this divine feminine energy and the potential to where it could lead us.
Thank you.
Wow, good question for the
you.
divine. But what comes up in this last two that you've just answered is we're still on this side of integration, even the light workers. What's a practical approach for real integration so we won't doubt or where you can really make that bridge so we can live in this new reality, essentially?
We are Michael, and we step forward on behalf of many, and we're pleased with this question. What you're speaking of is the nature of trust, the nature of faith, two words who have been abused throughout time. You must understand faith and trust are the tools that the divine has given you to create in this world. With anything that you do, you must trust that you're able to do it. And when it takes time, you must have faith that you're able to manifest it with your efforts. Is it not true? Now, what we speak to is the development of faith and trust in who we are, who you are, not the world, not the voice in your head, not the feeling that you have, in the essence of who you are at this moment, who you are becoming. You must accept yourself for where you are. And with this acceptance, with the trust that what you have and who you are at this moment in time is enough, you can have faith. Faith in to pull through what you have been given and to bring it forth into this world. Those of you who are receiving communications, who are receiving energy, who are feeling as if this world is incomplete, if there's something more, that it should be more loving, it should be more inclusive, it should be a much different world. You are on the right side of history. You are absorbing these frequencies, and they are working upon your consciousness to soften your mind and your heart. You can trust this. You can have faith that this is leading you in the right direction, a path of light. You do not need to see the next step on this path of light to follow it. You must trust that there is a next step. You do not need to know exactly what you're supposed to do. You do not need to know exactly who it is you're supposed to meet, who is your divine partner. None of this is of grand importance, for you are seated with the exact next step. It is important for those light workers who are listening to continue walking forward, to continue to follow their intuition, to trust what they have been given, for they can make no mistake. It is all within divine order. There is an exquisite orchestration happening between spirit and the light workers upon the planet. Even if they feel utterly confused and lost, they are being guided. We wish to remind you of this fact.
Good.
And so what about all of the people out there who are new to spirituality and consciousness? Not the light workers. They may have never even have heard of the word light worker. And there's all of these new realities suddenly coming forth. what is your, how are they supposed to be feeling?
Yeah, how do we bring them in, make the
Exactly.
bridge, and open their minds? Thank you.
We are Michael, and we are many, and we are pleased with this question, and we wish to answer it in two parts. One, there are the bridges, which is the light workers, which is the healers, which are these divine souls, who have incarnated specifically for the purpose of bridging between one way of living, one realm, one regime to the next, from this handoff from a less integrated light to a more integrated light, we can call it. Okay. There are those of you, such as those in this room, who are here, who are being given divine instructions through your dreams, through your intuition, through direct downloads, such as this channel and such as many of you have received. You will be given your marching orders very clearly, in essence, through the way that you feel. So we would advise you, as we have previously, to continue walking forward. Now, the work that you do, your life as you live it, influences so many people around you. Just the mere act of you attempting your service is showing people around you that there is something new, that there is a new way of seeing things, a new way of looking at things. And there are so many of you who are bringing forth different modalities, different ideas, different ideologies, different ways of looking at this world. And for the masses who are here to awaken, who are here to experience this grand shift of consciousness, where there are many, they are experiencing many different types of information. They're experiencing much false information from the existing systems, and much fear, much scarcity mindset, much warning that all this new is bad. It is the worst that it can be. But yet at the same time, they're being exposed to this very divine information that is very much at contrast with the world as it is today. Now, what is important for you to understand, those who are seeking, is not the word spirituality. It is not a religion. It is not a concept. In fact, it is not even important what is true. What is important is for you to see the world change, to feel and experience all this different types of information, and to see how it makes you feel. For truly, your heart is the guide. A heart that is loving, a heart that is free, a heart that is not fearful is the compass that the world needs, this compass that you need. As you begin to navigate the sea of information of varying quality, varying truth, varying motivations behind these informations, it is important for you to feel into it and to let that guide you. It is not important that one thing is true or another. What is important is that you begin to think for yourself. You begin to open your mind. You begin to explore your feelings and your thoughts. And you begin to see that there is more to this world, for that curiosity will take you forward. It is said, and it is law, those who seek shall find. It is the desire to seek that is awakening in humanity, that is coming from the work of the light workers, that is of great importance. And we are pleased to have given you this information.
So to answer that question, you're saying living our truth will affect lots of other people around us.
We are Michael again, and this is correct. You are the light. You are the leaders of this new world. Your life stream, your actions in this world are showing the way as an example. Your curiosity is sparking that in others. It is only up for the others to feel into what they're receiving from multiple sources and to follow their heart. That is all that is required.
Beautiful.
Go ahead. No, you go.
I think that's wonderful to kind of clarify that it's not that people are looking for new religion or even spirituality. It's just a new way of feeling and a new way of being. I think that's a huge shift, because we're coming from a paradigm of structures, whether it's economic, religious, familial, cultural, and really it's just about us going into our hearts. And so, how do you see this coming forth as we see the dissipation of structures as we know it, and as people drop into our heart? But what does that mean for the world as we know it?
We will speak to this. We are the council. We speak as one voice. We are many, yet we speak as one. No, dear ones, you are beginning to already see this shift upon the earth plane. All of the great masters and prophets who have lived upon the earth plane, those who have ascended, these masters who speak through this channel at this moment in time, have brought through their own information. They have brought through their own teachings, their own learnings, and they have brought through at a time when the world was very structured. Its ideas have been crystallized as you live in today. But it was this effort that has left a legacy. And these legacies have been built upon because they're powerful, they're potent. The same message that this channel is bringing through you today, to follow your heart, to trust, to build faith in yourself, for you are God. You are connected. You are part of the Creator. You are as much the Creator as the Creator is you. You're one with the Father. It has been said, has it not? Has been said and will continue to be said. Now, what has changed is the technology. What has changed is the coming of frequency, of change that will break the structure. And that is what we are seeing. It is breaking the existing structures and stories that have limited human consciousness for so long. And now at this moment in time, these same messages are being amplified through not just a handful of great individuals who are incarnated, but through hundreds of thousands and eventually millions of great light workers who will be active upon the earth plane. They will be spreading these messages throughout the communication systems, throughout the family structures, throughout the organizational structures. And as these structures, such as governments and militaries and businesses that are no longer in harmonic resonance with this new frequency of earth, begin to break, many great light workers will be there to build the new. So it is all happening. It is all happening for you. It's all happening for humanity. And it is something that is beautiful. And the messages are the same. They are being expressed more deeply now. They're being expressed to a wider audience. But it is the same message that has always been. There was never religions or countries or borders or rules that were mentioned in these pure teachings.
Beautiful.
So you talked about each of us here on our platforms and reaching the great public. How can we be more effective? What do we, each of us and collectively, need to do to get the message out in a bigger way and make it a deeper, more profound message?
We are Archangel Michael, and we step forth on behalf of many, and we are pleased with this question. No, dear one, this is the question that is always asked by light workers. How can I be of more service? How can I do better? We assure you, you are doing enough, and all is indeed well. And this is what we wish to communicate. It is not that you need to do more or better. It is important for you to work on yourself, to become better at whatever it is you are doing, to continue to follow your own intuition, to begin to trust yourself more. For each of you will begin to receive more detailed information. At times it will be information that you may be the only carrier of on the entire planet. It takes deep trust and faith to communicate information that you're the only one that has. So you must understand the wealth of information that is coming to light workers is so vast that many of the light workers, and potentially all of the light workers, will have unique information that is not shared. And why that can be confusing, it is what it really is it is a limitation. If there were more light workers, there could be more unification. But there is a unified message. The unified message is the world is changing. It is moving to a higher frequency of love, unity, and more peace. And there are many beings who are here to support it, incarnated, as you see in this room, and supported by those that you do not see with your physical eyes. It is all here. There is nothing that we see that you must do more of. You must trust yourself more, for you're all gifted in your own ways.
So one last question, maybe. I'm going to refer to what the channel Adrian told me that was said, that there's a level where lots of people, there's a destruction that's coming, there's a transformation, there's people leaving perhaps in great numbers. And so I want to know about that. And is that necessary? And what's that all about, if you want to reiterate the whole situation?
We are Archangel Michael, and we are pleased to shed light on this question, and we do so with great care. We must understand, we must explain to those who are listening that the earth is indeed changing. And we say this, and we do not have the words to explain the depth of this change. It is a change in consciousness. It is a change in desire. And this change is in coordination with the sun. It is in coordination with the solar system. It is in coordination with all of creation. It is all one big change. It is massive, we shall say. And it is part of the desire of the Godhead to unify spirit and matter in a way that is more beautiful, more loving, more unified. And this organizational structure will shift into the physical world. It will unify these two worlds. It is a very large change between the two worlds. And it has been planned for eons of time. It has been planned before even the earth was created. It was always part of the divine intent to let the physical worlds experience self and understanding, and then to bring them into unity with the Godhead. Okay? Now, all souls, all individuals are immortal. They are part of these sparks of God. They will continue to survive without a physical body. Every single one of you listening eventually will not be alive in your current physical body. It is a known fact that everyone is born and everyone at some time will transition. I wish to clarify this. So from this higher perspective, if there are more who would transition in a certain period of time to a different state of consciousness, it is just part of creation. It is not looked at as good nor bad. Now, what the channel has referred to, what has been seen, and what other channelers are beginning to download at this moment in time is a large shift that is coming. When the earth shifts her frequency to the next octave of experience, those who are not in resonance with this octave, humans, animals, businesses, structures, ideas, will not resonate any longer. And they will need to find a harmonic balance in a place that does resonate. So the earth is shifting radically her frequency. And those beings who are ready to shift with her will experience what is been termed as ascension. They will raise their frequency and awareness with the planet while it's still incarnated in this physical body. And they will live their life, and many of them will not be conscious of the fact that they have ascended. Okay, they will say, wow, the world has gotten better. We are happy for them. And there will be many upon the earth plane who are not ready for this dramatic of a shift. They are attached to the ideas of this world. They are attached to the structures that have been built. They are weak. They are frail. They are unhealthy. And all of this is contributing to a certain frequency within their being that is not in harmonic wherewith the earth is shifting very quickly. So as this shift happens, there will be many people who leave the earth plane, and this is perfect and it is divine. They will leave and they will continue living their life in other worlds. They will continue to expand their experience going forward, and they will ascend to these higher frequencies on their own time or in other mass ascensions upon different planets, different worlds or dimensions. This will all happen according to a plan to expand consciousness. So there is a period of time that is coming where this harmonic, the gap between where the world is going and where it is at, becomes extreme. And many souls will not be able to handle this extremity. And the earth herself will shift in many ways, which will cause physical changes upon the earth, which will cause types of flooding, certain events to happen. It sounds very chaotic and destructive in nature, but we assure you that the earth is a beautiful creator. It is alive and is very aware of what happens upon its surface. The sun, which is directing its energy, is alive. It is a massive consciousness. It will not wipe out the earth with a sun flare unless it desires to do so. And it does not, we assure you. It is all perfect coordination. But we are coming upon a time of great change where those souls who are in lower consciousness will no longer be a part of the collective consciousness. And this enables Earth to move into this unified experience, this Christed experience. And we say that as this bridged experience where Earth and spirit begin to coalesce in a more conscious manner, where the veil is extremely thin and soon disappearing, where many of the brothers and sisters of the stars who are angelic in nature, who are resonating with this new form of Christed consciousness, will begin to interact with the earth, and where these lower beings who are part of this earth's experience will be gone along with their human counterparts. Not gone permanently, but continue their evolution towards God. You must understand everything is God, including the dark, including the light. It is the dark which is in a lack of awareness to its true source of unity in life, which is the spark of God within it. And it finds its way back to the light. It is all part of a divine plan for God to experience itself.
And do you have a time frame?
We do have a time frame. We see all of this happening before 2030 at this moment in time. While the time frames have shifted in the human collective consciousness, these descriptions of them, what we do tell you is that at this moment in time, this orchestration is very well advanced. It is very happening. So we do see this in this very quick time frame.
And as light workers and as conscious creators of our own reality, would you advise us, even with these times coming ahead, to stay strong with the energy that this is all for our divine purpose, our development, coming into more and more of our creator consciousness, and to hold the energy that of peace, love, and harmony, rather than falling into the energies of chaos and destruction?
We are, Michael. You have expressed this beautifully. And we would say yes. It is important for those, not only light workers, but those upon the earth plane, all of you, to realize that all is indeed well, that people come and go, that the earth changes, that all of this is within divine time, but it is being orchestrated by the light. It's being orchestrated in a way that will ensure that earth is a beautiful experience for millions of years to come, that the life upon earth will become more free, more loving, more inclusive, more creative, more powerful. So it is all beautiful. It is all a beautiful orchestration. And it is for the light workers, indeed, who can see this come in before the collective, to hold that positivity, to hold that love in their heart, to hold the space for those around them, to have compassion and great understanding for those who at some level are choosing to not transcend this experience at this moment in time, but will quite shortly after their leaving of this planet, and to have compassion for themselves, for this will be difficult for the light workers to witness and bear witness to, but it is why they have come. Each of you are strong and wise souls who have seen the true nature of creation. This is why you are here. So it is all good, we shall say.
Thank you.
So any final words for the three of us and everyone watching that we can take with us and apply to our lives to keep this elevation moving?
We are the council and we speak as one voice, and we're pleased with this question. We first off leave you all with great blessings, and we wish to remind you that you are not alone. You are a network of great souls upon the earth plane. You are a network who is being guided by immense consciousness and souls in these higher realms, and that earth herself is seen to successfully transition into this new way of living. There are beautiful, beautiful times ahead, not only for yourself, but for future generations upon the earth plane, and you will experience them if you so desire. All is indeed well, and we wish to remind you of this as you begin to shift and your life begins to, in many ways, unravel. Know that it is only unfolding so something new can be built, something more beautiful can be built. And many of you are aware of this. This is what is happening at the individual level and at the collective level. It is all part of a grand play of life, and it is leading us towards a very beautiful destination, and yourself as well. We wish to thank you for your time today, and we wish to thank you for your participation, and we leave this loving transmission in this channel now.
Thank you. Good one.
Wonderful.
Thank you. Beautiful.
Beautiful. Very beautiful.
Do you remember it? Do you hear? Did you?
I remember parts of it.
Mhm.
You were good. That was good.
Yeah, that was great.
That was deeper than the first channeling we did, I felt. And didn't you feel it was deep?
Very deep, really powerful energies coming through, really
Yeah.
powerful messages for the collective.
Yes,
Yeah.
and important for us, all of
Very
us.
beautiful.
Yeah, we're all here doing our part.
Yeah.
No, it's really excellent, really. And you go into such a high space, I think you could live there.
Like my house, I like my Awaken studio. It's very nice.
Live in the 3D, but also that level of consciousness is
Yeah.
so to all of us, but you're right there. It's really
It's where we're all going, and that's the whole point, is that we are going to that space
Mhm.
where that is us.
Exactly.
And we may be in a world where that's not everybody, and that's
Right.
okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
That's the whole point.
But at least it's us.
Yeah,
Or something.
and-
No, but
and we remind each other of that, and whether
Exactly.
it's whether that energy is coming through specifically during a channeling
Mhm.
session like Adrian had just did for us, but it's important for us to remember that those energies are always coming through us.
They're always coming
That
through us.
they're always coming, they're always with us, and we're always supported. And I think the more we can continuously remember that, it's this process of remembrance that continues to raise our vibration.
yeah, but what do you do when you meet someone? And I know it's when they're not at that, and
But
they're.
that's okay.
I know it's okay,
But it's up to us to remember that who we are
Mm.
in our hearts, in our highest selves, in our highest of vibrations, and that really is all that matters.
Yeah, it's love,
Yeah, I guess-
compassion,
Yeah.
we
acceptance, understanding.
People will challenge that, but we have to stay
Yeah.
in that
we
space.
stay
So
in our
They can
space.
challenge it all they want,
Exactly.
and that's okay.
Yeah.
That is the world.
That's the
and we
ego.
need to understand that that's okay.
And it's not that even a challenge, just people are different. We live in a diverse world, and
Right.
the beauty of Earth is the multiplicity of
Mhm.
souls, multiplicity of experiences, the diversity of everything and everyone around us. So to expect that even someone you would call a light worker is going to completely see eye to eye with you and what
Right.
you're saying, what you're believing, what you're feeling, what you're thinking. I mean, there's really, it's not about us all being the same. It's just really, I think, about us really honing into who we truly are.
No, that is excellent. Thank you. And each of us can be in that. When you're transmitting that, I'm in that space too. I'm taking in that information, and you're activating the level of consciousness that, for me, that exists on that level. So
Mhm.
it's a kind of encoding. The more we're around this, the more we're talking about this, like, oh yeah, let me drop in. So
I remember that. That's good stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a remembrance, and the more we remember, the more we're able to hold on to that, even if we're not in ceremony, even if we're not in a channeling session, even if we're not in a healing session. Because in the end, in every moment,
and every moment
Every
is our
moment.
challenge to
Exactly.
be that light, to
Yeah,
hold that space.
exactly, and that's it. The more we can do it, the more we remember that we're the light, the more we create that vibration for ourselves and for the world.
So everyone
Okay.
watching, this is a reminder for me and maybe you and all of us that we are that. We
Yeah.
are those beings
Exactly.
that are what your channel said, bringing in that new consciousness. We just
Yeah.
have to remember that we're that.
Exactly. We are portals of light. And how empowering and beautiful is that each one of us is a portal of
We're
light.
And
the
a
ones that we've been seeking.
Yes,
We're a portal to ascension.
We're here.
Portal to portal. We are portal to light, portal to the new earth, portal to ascension.
Right. And
Okay, well, I thank you guys so much for being here today.
that was
You-
really
that was
great.
amazing.
Was
Yeah.
it good for you? Do you
Yeah.
feel good?
Yeah.
Do you feel good after coming out of this?
It takes me about 10 minutes to get back and
Yeah.
where I'm not super spacey, but it's not my energy, so I'm just transmitting
But
it.
it could be your energy.
But it feels good.
That was great.
Could
Thank
you live on that place even with your house and everything? I mean, could you merge with that?
Well, yeah, that's what I'm doing. That's what we're all doing. So we're bringing that in. That is our higher self. That is our higher consciousness, and we're embodying it more and more every day. So my personal experience changes the more that I embody it.
Right.
When I wake up, the way I look at the world is very, very different. It's a lot wider now.
Great.
That makes it easier to have some more compassion. Someone's having a
For
bad day. You're
yourself.
like,
Yeah, compassion for the.
yeah, for myself. Like, I've seen some shit, guys. It's
Right.
pretty crazy out there. I know you're going through a tough time too. Everything's okay.
Beautiful. Thanks so much for
Yeah, this
taking
was
the time. Thank you,
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Alan Steinfeld.
Oh, thank you. It's Tenjula with Soul Surge.
Adrian Fisher, AWAKEN.world. Check it out.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Adrian. That was wonderful.
Okay.
What a
And
blast.
thank you all for watching. Leave a comment and let's hear some feedback. And you can always contact Adrian at AWAKEN.world.
That's correct.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Soulsearch.io. New realities on YouTube.
Perfect.
Thank you.